It's Mo. Today I would like to make a very simple peanut sauce. This is super easy, super simple, doesn't take that many ingredients, and is plastic free if you want it to be, which of course I do want it to be plastic free. This is also one of my favorite condiments, and it's a super easy sauce to make. It lasts about a week in the fridge, and you can put it on summer rolls, which I will do a video of soon. It's one of my favorite summer meals. Those are not exactly plastic free, so I wanted to make a separate easy plastic free peanut sauce video for you. You're going to need apple cider vinegar, peanut butter, soy sauce, maple syrup, garlic, ginger, and sesame oil. You will need a bowl, a knife, and a cutting board, as well as a fork or a spoon to mix it all up. First, I like to chop the ginger and the garlic. I always put my garlic peels in my compost, so there is a view of what my compost looks like currently, what needs to go out to the compost pile, and I'll just put every scrap that I have in that compost pile. One way to make this recipe plastic free is of course to get your garlic loose and to get all your other ingredients loose. You don't need to put your produce in a plastic bag at the supermarket. It is a myth and something that the supermarkets have invented for some reason. You can always just wash your items when you get home if you feel like the cart might be icky. In Asbury Park, we actually recently had a plastic bag ban, and then in all of New Jersey, we had a plastic bag ban, so you can't even get plastic bags at the supermarket anymore, which is so awesome. It's so fun to see everyone bringing their reusable bags every time and learning to live that little aspect of a sustainable lifestyle. There are still plastic produce bags at our grocer, but you don't have to use them, obviously, and also a lot of them are compostable, and they do actually disintegrate in the compost. They're pretty quick to break down. I still really don't like to use them, and I wish that they would do away with those kind of bags altogether. I've tried a bunch of different methods for peeling the garlic, but I really find that the easiest method, even though it wasn't that easy this time, is to just kind of crush the garlic a little and then peel the peel off of it. I've tried like the put your garlic in a jar and shake it method, and that just never works for me. I also like to chop all my garlic. I like to make my peanut sauce very garlicky. I like to make everything very garlicky, so I'm using a lot of garlic here and I'm just chopping it up into a rough mince. But if you don't like garlic as much as I do, feel free to use less, or if you don't like chunks of garlic in your sauce, feel free to use a garlic press or use jarred pre-pureed garlic if you would like. Now, I would always suggest using fresh garlic and fresh ginger because a lot of the pureed and jarred, although they do come in glass containers, which is still plastic free, do have preservatives in them or other chemicals or other ingredients besides just garlic and ginger. So I would always suggest just getting the simplest, purest form. But like I said, if you don't like your garlic chopped, then use a garlic press. Next, we're just gonna pop that chopped garlic into a bowl. It doesn't have to be a particularly big bowl. The amount of peanut sauce that I'm making here is definitely totally random. I just add as much until I think I'm going to have enough for what I need that night, and then I always have leftovers as well, but I will put like approximate measurements in the description box below, and this entire recipe will be in the description box below. For the ginger, I don't even peel the ginger. There's like a method with a spoon, whatever, but like I don't need to peel my ginger. My ginger is fine. The little skins of my ginger is fine in there. And again, I rough chop my ginger because I like the crunchy gingery bits and I like to get a bite of ginger in my peanut sauce. But if you don't like ginger very much, I would suggest putting way less in. Or if you like to have your ginger much, much finer, then I would suggest using a garlic press for that as well. But I would put some of the strands from the ginger into the peanut sauce. You'll see when you press it in a garlic press that the little strands still kind of come out through the press, and you want to have those in your sauce because that's where a lot of that flavor lives. Like I said, I will have approximate measurements down below and approximately how much this serves, and I will also have a full list of ingredients because I'm pretty sure I forgot to list sesame oil in the intro. So I put a sprinkle of sesame oil in there and then a couple of good sized spoonfuls of peanut butter. Again, I would use as much natural peanut butter as you can. I use a peanut butter that just has peanuts and salt in it, but if you do use a peanut butter with sugar in it, I would omit the maple syrup, which comes later. Then I add soy sauce, and I'm just adding enough to coat everything, and so that when I start mixing the sauce, I can break up the peanut butter in the soy sauce and be able to mix it into a smooth paste. I'm going to end up adding quite a bit more soy sauce and quite a bit more of the other ingredients as well to make it a nice, rich, creamy, and smooth. Here I'm adding some apple cider vinegar. I prefer apple cider vinegar. You could use rice wine vinegar, but apple cider vinegar is super good for you, and I don't have rice wine vinegar, so I use the apple cider vinegar instead. If you want to cut down on the salt, I would suggest using low sodium soy sauce. We've been moving more towards low sodium soy sauce in our house. We have found out that we have some health issues and we do need to cut down on our salt intake. Soy sauce is very, very salty, so if you want less salty sauce, then I would suggest using the low sodium. Here I'm adding more soy sauce, like I said. Here I'm adding a little bit of maple syrup. The maple syrup just kind of cuts the strong, salty, umami flavor of the soy sauce, and so I really like to add a little bit of sugar to this. If you don't have maple syrup, you could add honey, or you could add straight sugar or brown sugar, or if you have an agave syrup, that would be really good. I'm also adding a little bit of water here just to thin the sauce out because I know that I added a lot of soy sauce and I don't want it to be any saltier, but I do want it to be richer and smoother. Since I'm putting this on summer rolls, I want it to be really dippable, and I want to make sure that I can load it on to my summer rolls. You should always taste your recipe as you go and add anything as needed. Here I'm adding a little bit more sesame oil and a little bit more soy sauce, and then I think it's going to be just about done. You just have to incorporate it really well and make it smooth. I love to have this on summer rolls. I love to have this on rice and broccoli. I love to have this on tofu. This makes a good sauce for noodles. This makes a good sauce for a rice stir fry. Really, I eat this on a lot of different things. Do you eat peanut sauce in your house, and do you try to make your items plastic free? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that summer roll video. Let me know if there's any other recipe videos that you'd like me to do, any other tips for plastic free recipes. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!